So they blocked two-factor, but not this one. But this may be a different number. But this is, I'm about to go in try to go in my emails for the first time today. Watch what happens. Alexander J. Ani 33. First time I tried to access it. Confirming you're not a robot. I'm confirming not a robot. Typically it says this. Well, it didn't send the two-factor, at least, so they blocked the two-factor. So there, it says Google is calling my 412-7665 number, not coming through. And then it didn't, and if they say different SIM card, it didn't come through on the other one either. But this is my 412-7665 number, not coming through, so they're blocking two-factor. And then yeah, this is the blue SIM card. This is the blue SIM card, 412-7665. But yeah, didn't get the code. So it says didn't get code, I'm resending. Now, this is the blue SIM card. So it's still not coming. Google is calling. So they're blocking the two-factor. But what was supposed to happen is typically when I try to log into that, it says you tried to sign into this account too many times on the first try. So that was what was supposed to happen. It wasn't even supposed to go to two-factor. But here's more evidence on them blocking the call. Yeah. See. Cellular's on. Call's not coming through. So they're blocking two-factor. That's evidence of it. But here's another thing they do. Now they just let it through out of the blue. And on silent. And they try to do a disable, re-enable hustle. Yeah, another attempt. So now I'm trying to get into this one. So this is my 2976 number. So this is a different one. Let me try a different one. Defender of Mankind 23. First time to try to log into it. Does this. This is a little weird. So I'll put my 713-412-7665 number. Automated voice call. Get code. This phone number has already been used too many times for verification. So this little screen may be odd. That may not be normal. And then this is the first time I tried to access it. So it didn't even work. I tried to get a code. Didn't get code. So check to see if that's actually a normal thing. Try a different account. That's my uncle. Uncle Craig. He asked me to access something from him. So quality 695. Next. So, waiting for Google to call. Ringer's on. Ringer's on. Not receiving any call. Don't fall for disable, re-enable. They're watching me in real time while I do this. So no calls come in. So no call came. But the last one they tried to do a disable, re-enable because out of the blue something went through. 11:32. So it's not ringing. But then they tried to do a disable, re-enable, and 309. And then I got something on my voicemail, which is weird, but it's not ringing. So they're blocking it, it's not ringing, but it's going to voicemail, which is odd. So they're doing some sort of disable, re-enable. Now it's going to voicemail and not ringing at all, not even registering. But it showed up 3 times, no ringing, but then it went just directly to voicemail. That's the phone call, which is odd. And then Typically, when I try to access some accounts, it says this account's been tried to be accessed too many times, and then it just goes to some screen, and then I can't even. And it's the first time I try to access it. Now it's actually going to two-factor. So that's evidence of a disabled reenable, and maybe they just let it go through, and that's why it didn't ring. And the ringer's on. The ringer's on. So they're pulling some hustle. So they're stalking me in real time. Didn't ring. Defender of Mankind 34. $11.34. See if anything comes. It's not ringing. It's not ringing. See if it comes. It's not ringing. Ringer's on. And I'm getting voicemails, but this is 11:34 now. Nothing's came yet. Says Google is calling. That's my 7665 number. Nothing came yet. Says 11:32. Yeah, nothing's come through yet. It's still 11:32. So see if they pull some disable, reenable, or some fake appearance of it going through by sending it into voicemail. So it's 11:32 is the last one, but it's not ringing. And yeah, the ringer is on. So it didn't go through. Now let's see if it shows up after I press resend. I said press resend. The 11:34 one didn't show up. So they're blocking it. And I'm resending it again. Still not ringing. And it didn't ring, but it showed up in the voicemail, which is odd. Not the 11:34 one though. The one I'm doing right now hasn't showed up. It's 11:35, still hasn't shown up. And it's saying Google is calling. So it's not ringing, and then sometimes it will register, but they're probably, the guys stalking me 24/7 are doing a disable, reenable. So they're trying to cover up that they were blocking it, basically. Now maybe they're trying to make it look like friendly when it's not friendly, so don't fall for that shit. Now it just went through. Now it just showed up right out of the blue. But in the voicemail at 11:35. The 11:34 didn't go through. Then the second one did, 11:35. So they're basically turning it on and off and controlling what goes through and what doesn't. And I guess they were trying to thwart getting caught, so they let it go to voicemail, and that's one of their hacks. And then the 11:34 call didn't go through, and then they let it go through for 11:35, but it didn't ring. It just went straight to voicemail. So that's another weird thing. And then typically when I click some of those emails, it just goes, it says, you've tried to log into this account too many times, and that's what you were supposed to see, but the disable reenablers disabled that function and then re-enabled. So that's why you didn't see what I was trying to show you.